Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. The Gopala Astrology channel, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, there was a break of about 3 to 4 weeks. And this is the long-awaited video. I wanted to make it almost a month ago. And because of retrograde movement of Saturn, I was really very, very busy, okay? And the whole world is getting busy. I'm going to talk about that in this video. And everybody is under stress, especially in the last 3 weeks, all right? The root cause being the Saturn getting into the retrograde moment, all right? So I'm going to discuss about this moment, the time period when it is going to go from the direct motion to the retrograde motion. It's happening actually on the 17th of June 2023. And it's going to be there in this condition until it becomes direct on 4th of November 2023. So it is going to transit. Right now it is in Shatabisha Nakshatra, which is the Rahu Nakshatra, and then it is going to go into Dhanishta Nakshatra, which is the Dhanishta Nakshatra is the Nakshatra of Mars. And what are the effects that's going to happen? Which are the Nakshatras, which are the ascendants that are going to be affected with this movement of Saturn. I'm also going to re-emphasize on what exactly is retrograde movement. If you are watching this channel for the first time, I have a very clear scientific way of explaining what is a retrograde movement of a planet. All right, stick on to this video till the end. I'm going to make this in the timestamps, and you can just go and click on to your ascendant or the moon sign, and you're going to view this video more effectively. Okay, so if you are a first-time visitor to this channel, please click on the link above. Please click on the subscribe button, and you are going to get more and more scientific videos about modern astrology. All right, let's go to the actual video, my friends. The topic here is absolutely very, very clear. Saturn retrogrades in Aquarius from 17th June to 4th of November 2023. So retrograde is something like an apparent motion. It's an illusion. Okay, friends. In reality, there is nothing called retrograde. If you go to the top view of the solar system and start observing the planets, none of the planets go in the reverse direction. All right. So what really happens here is the apparent movement of Earth and the Saturn. Okay, so as this at that particular period of time, the Earth is having a tendency to go a little bit faster compared to the Saturn when you observe it from the Earth's point of view. Okay, ours is a geocentric system, and we always observe whatever things happen to us from the Earth's point of view. Okay, so let's keep that in our mind, and then try to understand this video, and also try to understand what are the problems that we are really going to face, and some of the zodiac signs are going to get benefited from this as well. So there are pluses and minuses. I'm going to highlight those in the timestamps clearly with your ascendants or moon signs. Please give equal weightage to both ascendants in terms of practically the happening things, and then from the moon sign it's more on your mental status during this period. Okay, it's about 144 days, almost close to 5 months, 4.5 months. All right, so let's start our journey and understanding the timings of the events. As I very clearly told you, 17th of June, it is already done. Okay, I'm making this video on the 2nd of July. All right, so it has already happened, and the last 3 weeks has been tremendous to the world. Everybody is facing a lot of sudden, uneven events which was not expected. You know, people have been seeing something which was hidden, you know, only the tip of the iceberg was there, and now they are starting seeing the root cause of the problems. So many things have been which have been hiding have been surprisingly coming out into the surface. You know, I personally myself have gone through a lot of things in the last 3 weeks, and that is one of the reasons I couldn't even find time to make videos. I've been working very late in the office. I come out of my office after 9 o'clock, you know, 9 p.m. So it's something like that, working more than 12, 14 hours a day. It has become the norm in the last 3 weeks. So likewise, I'm very sure many of you guys have been facing this. All right. Please understand the location, the duration of this movement is about 140 days. All right. So right now, the Saturn is in Shatabisha Nakshatra, and he's going to go back into Dhanishta Nakshatra. So what is happening? The magic of Shatabisha Nakshatra. Shatabisha is actually the constellation which is ruled by Rahu. Okay, and Rahu is right now in the zodiac sign. If you go to the current Panchangam, you will see that it is right there in Aries. And Saturn being sitting in the Aquarius has its third aspect onto Mesha Rashi, Aries zodiac sign. That's why Aries actually represents the Kala Purusha Kundali, and the lord of this 11th house. Saturn actually is considered as the 11th lord in classical astrology. It is treated as a ruler of Aquarius. So sitting in the 11th house, the 11th lord getting retrograde, and it is aspecting the Rahu itself, which is sitting in the head of the Aries, So that is where the magic is happening. A lot of stress in the world. Everybody is becoming workaholic, irrespective of whichever Rashi or zodiac signs you belong to, whichever ascendant you belong to. You are made to work very hard because the Kala Purusha Kundali is under stress right now. Okay, Saturn being retrograde, but once it becomes retrograde, it becomes a little bit more powerful than the direct motion of itself, and it is going to throw its third aspect on the head of the Kala Purusha Kundali. And that's why everybody is stressed, everybody is busy. There is a lack of manpower everywhere. If you are working in an industry, you see that there is a shortage of manpower. One man has to wear different hats and then work and stuffs like that. Okay, so there is a lot of amount of stress there. And Shatabisha, it is going to go into Dhanishta Nakshatra by 17th of October. Dhanishta Nakshatra is the next previous nakshatra or the constellation, which is also ruled by Mars. That is where it's going to intensify further. That's what I feel, because Mars is the owner of Aries zodiac sign as well, and there is a big cosmic drama happening during the October time frame, wherein the Rahu, which is right now in Aries, forming a Guru Chandala Yoga, is going to leave Aries. Okay, so many people have been asking questions in my videos that once the Rahu leaves Aries, does it stop actually Guru Chandala Yoga? I wanted to answer that question in a video itself because it's a wonderful concept of Guru Chandala Yoga. Whenever the close association of Rahu and Jupiter happens, especially when it is within plus minus 5 degrees, the intensity of that Jupiterian power is being reduced by Rahu. It's taken over by Rahu. And then after it separates out of that 5 degrees, I'm very sure the effect of the Guru Chandala Yoga is going to get reduced. As it moves out in a different Rashi itself, in a different zodiac sign itself, the Guru Chandala Yoga is going to become minimized. But there is always an aspect of Saturn on Aries, and until Saturn is in retrograde motion, it's going to create a lot of stress to the whole world. Okay, so with that, keep that in mind, and then we will try to understand which are the real nakshatras, especially the moon sign, where the moon is located, in the background of the zodiac signs. We have what is known as constellations. They are very powerful. So people who are born with Shravana Nakshatra, that is in the zodiac sign of Shravana is belonging to Makara Rasi. Okay, and they are going to be very much affected. Swati, which is also a Rahu Nakshatra, and Magha, which is a Ketu Nakshatra, which is directly opposite to this one, and then Ardhra, which is also a Rahu Nakshatra. These 4 nakshatras are going to be under intense pressure, a lot of stress. The people are going to be, making some decisions which can backfire to them, and they may even face criticism for those decisions. That's why my sincere advice to all my clients who belong to these 4 nakshatras, please do not make any decisions that can be a long-term ones. Do not buy a house, for example. Do not get married. A lot of things which can, don't change your jobs and stuffs like that. So if you do that in this transit of Saturn, which is a retrograde movement, it's going to backfire you. So you will have a lot of work pressure right now, and then you have to handle a lot of family responsibilities. So irrespective of these nakshatras also, all people are going to have this, because the Kala Purusha Kundali's head, that is the Aries itself, is being afflicted in this transit. Okay, so this is the specification that I have given these nakshatra people. Please take note of this transit. It's quite intense for you guys. All right. So in the same way, after maybe between the 17th October and 4th November, the Saturn transit to Dhanishta Nakshatra in the retrograde motion. And during this period, the Uttarashada, which is a Surya Nakshatra, the Sun Nakshatra, then Chitra, which is a Nakshatra of Mars, Ashlesha, again, it's the Rahu Nakshatra, and Mrigashira, which is a Mars Nakshatra. That's very important. So that transit between 17th October and 4th of November, it's a short period anyway. It's about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, perhaps. That is the time many things can happen in the world, and the Saturn's retrograde movement will be quite intense on Aries zodiac sign, which is the main zodiac sign for the Kala Purusha Kundalis. It's the head of the Kala Purusha Kundali. All right, so much about it. And of course, after the Saturn leaves the retrograde moment and it becomes direct, between November 4th and 20th November, people born with Purva, Bhadra, and Mrigashira, Magha, Chitra, they remain under the malefic influence. They will become like what it was before the 17th of June, right? So they are, of course, under the pressure from Saturn. So that's what is the story here. Let's try to understand a little bit more about the retrograde motion. Many of those who have been following me, they have seen this slide before, but I would like to benefit those people who are new to this channel tonight and they want to understand what exactly is retrograde movement. Everybody talks about it, but please understand the science behind it. Let's take an example of our immediate neighbor Mars. The red ball here is Mars, the blue ball is Earth. As the Earth is moving and the red ball also follows it, at some point of time you can see that the blue ball is ahead of red ball here, and that is where you will see this particular S-shaped apparent movement, slow movement of Mars compared to the Earth. And if you are observing from Earth, you will see that the Mars is going behind, and we say that the Mars is retrograde. See, Mars is a quick moving planet. It's almost same as Earth. 1.5 month it takes to go around every zodiac sign. So its effect may be not so impacted, whereas you consider Saturn, for example. Now I said it's about 140 days you will see this type of retrograde movement. You can see more closely here. The Earth is moving like this, and then the retrograde has a stationary point, and then later on after this becomes a direct motion. So this slide very clearly says that it is just an apparent movement. The observation from Earth makes it happen that there is a retrograde movement. But in astrological point of view, our sages have clearly said that this apparent movement is felt very distinctively on planet Earth, and it affects the human beings, especially the zodiac signs, in a specific way. All right, so let's try to get some more information about Saturn. Saturn can be the best planet when it is from the natal moon in 11th house, which is called Raja Yoga, Virgo, the 6th house, and then Saggitarius, which is 3rd house. So I'm just giving an example of the current moment. So the Saturn out of 30 years can give only best results in the 3rd house, 6th house, and 11th house. Remember this. Irrespective of whatever Rashi you belong to, you can have very good 7.5 years in the span of 30 years. Just keep this in your mind. And there is one more factor that you need to know, what is known as Saturn retrograde for this period between 2022 and 2024. So that means roughly every June, that means June 2022, it was already done. Now it is happening between June 2023 and November 2023. And next year also, this retrograde moments happen roughly for about 4.5 to 5 months. All right. So that is where it's very important. to make sure the predictions are all related to that one. And there is something called Saturn return, which is an extremely important topic. In fact, I have made a lot of videos on Eelrai Shani, or the 7.5 years period of Saturn. But Saturn return, I'm going to make another video, which is extremely important because Saturn takes 30 years to go around the sun. And every 30 years, there will be a big cycle of change for every human being on this planet, right? See, for example, now as this Saturn is returning to Aquarius, you can see that the people born between the March 1993 and February 1996, these people are going through a lot of tough times now. They are being tested. You can go and verify any family members of yours who are born between March 1993 and February 1996. You will see that they are going through a lot of transformation. So between the 28th and 30th birthday of a person, he or she is going to be going through Saturn return, and that is going to be the first cycle of Saturn returns. He's going to test you. He's going to make you work very hard to earn your positions and things like that. And people between 58 and 60 years of age now are going to have their second Saturn return. In South India, we call this as Shashti Purti, and it's a very important ritual that our people are going to celebrate because it's a very, very important occasion for them. Even the husbands, the man who is 60 years old, he will even remarry his own wife for the second time in celebrating this Shashti Purti or 60th birthday. Okay, and lastly, the 88 to 90 years people, they are going to have their last Saturn return, and I tell you, 95% of them will say goodbye to this world very soon. Okay, and that's what Saturn does. He is known as Ravi Putraha Yamagrajaha. He is the elder brother of Yama, the Lord God of death, and he is the son of Sun, S-O-N of S-U-N. Okay, so please understand, Saturn is here to give you a lot of tests. He's going to purify your soul, and he's going to give you all those karmic deeds. If you have done good in the past life, he's going to give you the best of the results, best of best, I tell you. All the richness are really given by Lord Saturn according to your karmic quota, so that's how it is. Saturn return is a very important point, and I have made a lot of information about this, and most of my clients who are in that gauge, they will always keep coming back to me and say, I'm having this trouble and I'm having that trouble, and I'm here to explain to them, my friend, you have to go through this, and only then your soul gets purified. Okay, now there is another important point that you need to look into your horoscope before going through the video of understanding the retrograde movement of Saturn. That is Sarva Astakavarga. There are two things in Astakavarga. One is known as the Sarva Astakavarga. Another one is known as Binna Astakavarga. So if you happen to go to download Jagannath Hora software, which is free, okay, you just go to Google and say Jagannath Hora, and you can download the software. Whenever you enter your date of birth details, on the right-hand bottom corner, you can find this SAV, Sarva Astakavarga, and also the Binna Astakavarga for all the planets. So the score, for example, now we are talking about Saturn's transit in Aquarius. Of course, it's a retrograde movement, but still you need to consider Saturn's movement in Aquarius. So if you happen to see, this is actually Aquarius in the South Indian format. I'm talking about this 33, the second box from the left-hand top corner. Okay, so if you see the numbers here in your chart, and if it is 30 or above, then the Saturn is going to give you the best of the results, irrespective of any of the predictions that I have given. Okay, and if the score is between 25 and 30, you are going to get average results. And finally, 18 to 25 is really not so good score. At the same time, please also look at the Saturn's Binna Astakavarga. For example, this one. So the scoring points 5 to 8. If Saturn in the Aquarius as a Binna Astakavarga is there, it is giving you a score of 5 to 8. You consider this as the best transit results for Saturn. If it is exactly 4, it can be an average, but 0 to 3, that is less than 4, is going to be challenging. Okay, so I've given you a lot of information about Saturn, its transits, then a lot of information about Saturn return. Okay, now let's start our video with, I'm going to skip these things. I'm not going to talk about it. about Daya of Saturn. I'm going to skip this slide as well. I'm going to start with zodiac sign of Aries. Okay, so this apparent movement of Saturn in the 11th house for them is going to be retrograding for about 140 days. And what is that these guys can expect? All right, so the Saturn return will be challenging for Aries natives, either ascendant or moon sign. Please take note of this. There can be some minor discomforts for this period, both physically and mentally. You will be challenged. You have to work very, very hard in your life, my friends. You cannot escape Saturn's return, and it is aspecting your zodiac signs straight away. Okay. And for those who are conducting the businesses, sorry, in the business field as well, you may have some difficulties as Saturn is going through a reverse movement. You know, classical astrology says Saturn rules both Aquarius and Capricorn. If you accept that theory, you must understand that your Labadhipati, the Lord of gains, is going in a reverse direction. So that is why the business people have to be very, very careful during this period. And of course, the relationships are also not going to be very, very good. Please understand, Saturn has three drishtis, three aspects. One is the third aspect. That is why the arrow is shown to the first house. It aspects your lagna. It puts you under stress. Right there, it aspects your fifth house. It can give you domestic problems with your children. You will see sudden upside. You may get upset with your children because some hidden secrets of your child may come out, and you have to solve that problem, right? You have to deal with it. And then it affects your health, 8th house, right? So 8th house is your own health, and sudden events can happen, and that puts you under stress as well. So some more points: you have to put extra efforts in your work. You have to work very late in your office, and then it is expected you become workaholic. Okay, it's good actually. All this hard work is going to pay you results later on, but at the present moment you are feeling that you are very tired, and mental tensions also can be there. Okay, so just keep yourself calm, try to practice some meditation and stuff like that. That's my advice to you guys. And then of course all these will be rewarded once Saturn stops retrograde motion. So it's always 11th lord in the 11th house, and Saturn, as I told you, it gives Raja Yogam in the 11th house. So all your bosses are going to realize that this man has worked very hard, and then you may be getting the financial gains later on after the stoppage of this retrograde moment. All right, so you should speak carefully, be patient, and do not lose your cool. All right, so just wait for the Saturn return to get over, and you will enjoy Raj Yoga results. That's my advice to Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign people. Let's go to Taurus. So Taurus is again going to have another challenge as Karkataka Shani is going on right now for them in the 10th house. So Saturn is going to aspect their 12th house of losses, then 4th house of comforts, and 7th house of spouse and relationships. Right? So what is going to happen here? You're physically going to become lethargic. Okay, you may become lazy, and those who are doing the business, you may end up in certain issues. The business cannot move easily, and things like that. So you may find that I'm telling a lot of negative things about this transit. Please never get demotivated. Please understand that this is just a temporary period of 140 days. After that, all this is going to get reversed. That's the point here. So you may most of you, this is almost 2-3 weeks now, you must have already started feeling it, and I'm just reiterating it, and I'm giving you the benefit of doubt. And please be assured that after the completion of this transit, you will feel much, much better. You will get all the rewards for all the troubles that you have gone through. All right, so you may at the moment see all my yellow highlights are all problematic things that you need to watch out. Sorry, and if you find any green color highlights, and you may find that, sorry, I'm coughing. Sorry about that. And then you're going to put extra efforts. You may think that the current job may not be good enough, and you may think of any job changes. All right. So moving further, the lessons learned now is really going to make you very matured individuals, and it's not going to be easy. Better don't think of moving to foreign countries, especially Vrishabha Rashi or Taurus ascendant people. You're going to have difficulty if you're a student to get a visas for your student visa applications and stuffs like that. So wait for the right period of time and put up your applications. All right. So it's not a very easy time for Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign people. You have to watch out for 140 days. That's my analysis for Taurus. Now let's go to Gemini. Okay, Gemini people, they may find themselves lucky at some point of time because it's happening in their ninth house. Ninth lord in the ninth house should give good results by right, but it is Saturn. He's the karmadipati. He's going to aspect your 11th house of labham. Okay, he's going to slip back right now. So your labham or the gains may get holded for some period of time before it gets released. All right, that is one thing. You will still feel that you are lucky anyway. It's aspecting the third house of hard work and sixth house of loans. Better don't take loans at this point of time because the Saturn is slipping back now. So it's not good that if Saturn is moving direct motion in the ninth house and its aspect on sixth house will really take care of all your loans and you will start paying back your loans. But because of its retrograde moment now, I would definitely tell you not to take any loans now because that loan will become a long-term loan and you will not be able to come out of it easily. All right, so the best advice for you is just calm down and manage your funds properly. Do not take excessive loans. The banks have tendency to give you a lot of loans now, but do not take it, my friends, okay? And then, of course, travels can be a little bit beneficial to you. You may get transferred to a new location if it's a multinational company that you're working on, and you may find a job in another location. You may have to be willing to move forward, and your boss may find you to be better placed in another location. All right, so take care of your health. You shouldn't launch any new endeavors. Okay, in the same job, if you get another location, you can just move around, but do not look for new job right now. Okay, and husband and wife's relationships, you need to work together as a partner. Do not quarrel. Okay, of course, it's a very common advice for everybody. And there is a lot of chaos and confusions that can be created by Saturn. Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is not a good sign for Cancer zodiac sign, either the moon sign or the Lagna. In both point of view, what is happening here? It is Astama Shani for your moon sign, right? So Saturn is already there in the 8th house, started giving you a lot of anxieties, and it's now going to make you much more anxious person. So if you are a Cancer ascendant people, please do not take any risk at this point of time. You should be very careful while driving. I, in fact, recommend not to take any new vehicles. If you plan to buy a new car, please postpone it, even a two-wheeler, you know, and then whenever you are driving your existing vehicle, please be very cautious about your speed. Astama Shani can cause accidents, okay? So that's very important, and take care of your health. As any health problems, you go and visit your doctor, your medical bill is going to be very expensive. That's for sure. Okay, you should avoid any litigations. Do not go and put a new case on anyone whom you want to fight through legally. Try to hold on the legal battles until the retrograde moment of Saturn is completed. All right, you need to be careful about any new investments. Do not do that. You may lose your money. All right, and one more is you could expect a lot of mental agitation. Your own children will be the source of your problems sometimes, and you have to get out of that and try to calm down yourself. Do not be angry on anybody. It's all happening because of Saturn's retrograde moment. Okay, just relax. Even relation with your husband, you have to control your anger, and you have to be very, very careful. All right, so it's not a very smooth period of time for Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon sign people, in my opinion. Sorry. Let's go to Leo zodiac sign now. So Leo zodiac sign, what is happening to you guys? It's happening in the 7th house. 7th lord is getting into retrograde movement, okay, and sitting there in the 7th house, it aspects your luck. 9th house, it also is aspecting yourself, your lagna, and also your 4th house of comforts. So what can happen? Physically, you may not feel very healthy because Saturn in retrograde moment is directly aspecting you as a lagna itself. Okay, your body will be stressed out. Husband-wife relationship can become very stressful here, and yeah, better avoid any conflicts with your own spouse or even the business partner. So only good point I can see is you will get into some good partnership, which will see Saturn is the natural negotiator. He's the Lord who he's always exalted in the 7th house of Libra as a natural zodiac sign. The 7th house, he always do very well. So he can give you some good partnerships, and it can improve your business as the time progresses. Okay, in this retrograde period movement. That means right from 0 day to 140th day, you will see some kind of good partners coming into your own business. Okay, but if you are a student, definitely it's going to be a difficult time in the competitive exams. You have to be having a lot of patience, avoid conflicts, just postpone your new investments as well. All right. So again, let's go to zodiac sign of Virgo. This drama is happening in your 6th house of competition and hard work and day-to-day routine activities. Okay, 6th house, Saturn should give good results, actually speaking. So Saturn will appreciate all your hard work and dedication. You will be able to repay your loans. 6th house is of loans and litigations, and your Saturn is getting a little bit more powerful in the 6th house right now. And so there is high chances that you may get some money and you are going to repay your debts at an instant. You know, some cash comes and you pay back, and something like that can happen. So because of the lot of stress and work, you may have some distant feeling with your own partner. Okay, so give time to your spouse. On a positive front, the Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign people will get a chance to go abroad as a part of your job responsibility. So you may have to fly to a distant country, do some work, learn for something, get trained, and come back and improve your job. And that's what is going to happen. Again, Saturn in the retrograde movement will give sudden chances. These will be sudden, you would have not even expected that you will go for an abroad trip, and that's going to happen to you. Okay, so that is very much possible. Please respect everybody's emotion. You don't be too, ignorant about your wife's needs, and you have to spend time as a husband with your wife, or if you're a wife, you have to spend time with the husband. It's very important to understand the emotions of each other, and then you will have much better period of time. All right. So 6th house Saturn is really going to give you good results until 2025 anyway. But this is going to be a mixed results for Virgo ascendant people. Okay. You may again also have stress. You may have a lot of responsibilities in your workplace. All right. So with a lot of patience and steady mind, Virgo people are always grounded people. So with that groundedness, you move forward, you will see success even in this 140 days of retrograde movement of Saturn. All right, let's go to the next one, the Libra zodiac sign. The drama is happening on your 5th house. 5th lord in the 5th house is coming back. That means there will be some kind of problems with your children and education of yourselves, okay? And it aspects your 7th house of your spouse. So some frictions with the spouse is expected. And 11th house of gains. So you will think that almost the money is coming to you, whatever hard work you did. And then you feel that something is blocking it and there is some friction and all that. So that's what is expected. And again, the 2nd house of savings and family things and what you value is going to have some turbulence in these 140 days. All right. So I've given remedy, pray to Goddess Durga and things like that. If you can do worship in your own religious way. I'm just giving an example here. That's all. So otherwise, I can see that marriage during this retrograde moment of Saturn may happen also. it may happen, it may trigger the marriage. But whereas already if you are a married person, you should stop having conflicts with your partner, because you will have a tendency to argue more, and then that may end up in fights. So that's the thing. Otherwise, once you are more disciplined and systematic in your approach, if you are a student, you may find it a little bit challenging during this moment of Saturn. All right. Let's go to the next zodiac sign of Scorpio. I'm sorry, I'm having cough. All right, so the mother's health is going to start improving, because this drama is happening in the 4th house. All right, sitting in the 4th house, Saturn aspects your 6th, 10th, and Lagna itself. So in this moment, what is expected is your mother is going to improve her health. You have to spend some money for her, and then you will see that she will come out into a better situation. If she is already hospitalized, she can come out of the hospitalization, she can even come back home and things like that. So that is the point. And in domestic front, 6th house, you should not have any clashes with your competitors. Try to be very submissive and let things happen naturally. All right, and then 6th house, again, health. Please do not ignore your health. Take care of your own health by doing the yoga and pranayama. So in terms of money, you shouldn't make any new investments. Again, it's the same advice for you guys. And then with your husband or wife, you are going to have some kind of disagreements, which is good to have. And again, that disagreement is going to come back to benefit you once the Saturn stops retrograding. Okay, you may feel some less confidence in your work and daringness. Usually Scorpio ascendant people are very daring. Mentally, they will be very strong, but during this period, there will be some shake of your confidence. Of course, you will work very hard in your job, and you can even get promoted. That's the beauty of it. You can even enjoy a foreign land job opportunities. If you're trying for a foreign visa, it might get approved easily during this period of time. All right. So I think there is a good mixed results for Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio moon sign people. Let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, guys, it's all happening in your 3rd house. You're already relieved from your 7.5 years period of Saturn, and you're enjoying much better results. And now suddenly the Saturn is going to slip backwards. So what is going to happen? You may have to deal with some financial challenges, because Saturn aspects your 12th house of losses. It also aspects your luck house of Leo, and then the 5th house of children and education, right? So you can feel certain challenges in these areas and some frictions. And then if you start putting more and more efforts, definitely your 3rd house is also a house of communication. You will start becoming very confident, and then your presentation skills are going to be much better. Saturn is going to bless you with those successes, and with the colleagues, the relationship also can improve, especially with younger siblings as well. So you will start becoming very confident, and you will start taking the leadership roles. So that means there's a lot of good opportunities for Sagittarius ascendant or Sagittarius moon sign people. A lot of pending activities which were on hold, and you were not able to make decisions. You are going to take decisions, because 3rd house is a house of courage, and sudden power comes to your 3rd lord, and that's what is the courage that you're going to have. All right. Next one is going to be Capricorn. All the drama is happening in your 2nd house, my friends. 2nd house is something that you value. That is your house of family. There will be a lot of turbulence that is going on in your family life right now. And then sitting in the 2nd house, Saturn is aspecting the 4th house, and it's retrograding. So it's 4th house of domestic happiness, vehicle purchases and house purchases, property purchases. Please postpone it. All right, 8th house of health. So your health is going to have some turbulence, and 11th house of incoming gains also can have some ups and downs. Okay, as the time progresses from 0 to 140 days in this, you may get into a stable financial positions, because Saturn aspects the 11th house as well. All right, so 2nd lord in the 11th, 2nd lord aspecting the 11th house is Lakshmi Yoga in itself. So just be patient during this 140 days, and then you'll see results after that. So overall, you'll make some good investments, because second house also is like an investment, something that you value, something like an insurance that you may buy, or whatever investments in stocks you may do it. You may get all the results later on, but it's a good time for properly analyzing, logically analyzing, and then investing. All right. So because Saturn aspects the 11th house of income and gains as well. And try to not speak harshly, because second house represents speech. If Saturn goes there, he's very likely to give you the harsh speech, and you could hurt others by your words. Just watch out on your words, and you will again feel stressed as well. You need to learn to relax. You will also become workaholic. And again, because of that, the work demands more work. The profession demands more work to be done, and you will get into confusion, laziness, and stuffs like that. So you'll be hopping between the hard work and then laziness in these 140 days. Again, you are in the last phase of 7.5 years period of Saturn. Definitely the problems are always there. Prayers to Saturn is always helpful. Let's go to Aquarius zodiac sign, where all the drama is happening. The Lord of Aquarius, according to classical astrology, is again Saturn. The Lord himself is going backward movement. So that means there will be some health worries, work strain, and you will have some husband and wife heated arguments, because sitting in the Lagna or the ascendant, the Saturn is going to aspect the 7th house as well. It's going to affect the work as well, 10th house and 3rd house of younger siblings as well. And communication becomes a little bit problem. So think twice before you talk. Take care of your own health. Your Lagna Lord is going into the reverse direction. It's good to practice deep breathing exercises like pranayama, anulom vilom pranayama. It's going to help you. And then, of course, you will become confident as the time progresses from 0 to 140 degrees, 140 days, and it will, since it's aspecting your 10th house, it's going to give you a better job, and reputation will increase towards the end. I guess that after October, between October and November, you can expect some success as a new job, or reputation in the existing job itself can increase, right? So later on, your relation with your younger siblings can improve, and of course, you will need to give priority to them, and then they will need your help as well. Lastly, we have come to the zodiac sign of Pisces. People born under Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign are going through Sade Sati, or the 7.5 years period of Saturn. 7.5 years period of Saturn is always troublesome. And in the top of that, there is some hot chili that is going to come to you. So that means unexpectedly large expenses is expected. Some of the things that you had kept it as secret is going to get burst out, and people will start seeing what is going on, and then they know the reality of you. So be very careful. Saturn is going to test you. I don't think it's really a very good time for Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign people. You're going to get into hospital. There will be expenses. You have to spend money on taking care of your health, because 12th house is all about foreign lands. And then on a contrary, it can also happen in this way, as it is a retrograde movement. What I have given here is that you may get a chance to fly abroad. You may go to a distant country, and there could be, if at all you are doing some business and trading with a foreign country, your chances of making money through this deal is going to be very good. Right, so that is another good part of it. Of course, hospitalization and expenses are really, really going to come to you. And if at all you are, I told you about the Saturn return, the 30th year cycle, 60, and then 80. So you should relate all the things together and take it as a lump sum event. But overall speaking, the Sade Sati period of Saturn is really going to test you. You have to be very wise, spend wisely for good investments, of course, and keep your family relationships well. Focus on that. Otherwise, I tell you, Pisces zodiac sign people have to be very cautious. All right. So that's the end of this video. If you have any questions and comments, please put it in the comment section. I will definitely come back to you whenever I have free time. Okay, please subscribe to this channel and give more and more encouragement, and we will make more and more useful educational videos in this form. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye. Take